Hello, this is Sick, and I will be introducing you to Tricky Towers by Weirdbeard Games. This is a free game on the PS4 for the month of August 2016. Tricky Tower is a Tetris battle puzzle that you can play single player against the computer or multiplayer locally or online against 3 other people. Now, this game has 3 separate modes that we're going to take a look at. These modes are survival, race, and puzzle. This first mode that we're taking a look at is the survival mode. In this, you're allotted a certain number of blocks to place down as quickly as possible. Now, this isn't exactly like the race because you are given a life system, in which case it incentivizes you to build your structure as soundly as you possibly can. Because if a piece falls off or a section of your castle falls off, you are down 1 life after that. So the better you build your structure in this, the better you'll be off. And actually, to help you do that, you're given white magic abilities that will help you along. These will include the vines that you've seen me use, as well as a boat and a thunderbolt, and I believe mortar, which just sticks a block in a particular position in wherever it lands. Now, I've actually enjoyed this mode quite a bit more because I'm a little bit more meticulous and cautious in where I want to place all my stuff. This was, I think, the only match that I won, and I won it by default because this other person, or other 2 people rather, had failed to grasp what it was supposed to be, or just messed up on their own. Even though I messed up there severely when I put 2 pieces together and promptly threw them off the edge. Now, luckily it all ended before I lost the health. Now, this next portion that we're going to actually take a look at is the race. I have sped that up just because it is very long to watch, and I'm sure it's pretty boring to actually watch in its entirety, because I have tried to watch it and it was bad. But either way, now, in this you're actually given your white mage abilities and your black mage abilities. Now, the black mage stuff is going against your opponents, but it's more of a hindrance. It's not like a debuff. It's not like your stuff where you can just stick stuff on your tower. It usually has less direct impact on them, because they'll still be able to move their own pieces around, though it may alter it in some form or fashion, like slow it down, which what happened with the balloon, or it'll change up the size or shape into something completely random. So, in this is like, I haven't, again, not really enjoyed the races that much, because I have not gotten used to just building things quickly. Especially not in the Tetris style games. Never really enjoyed it. Fun for speedruns, and for people who know what they're doing and are much quicker at it than I am. But I basically set this other person up to win when I gave him that piano there. Like I said, it's not... Those, the black magic abilities don't really always hinder. They can actually help, like what happened there. Gave him a big chunk and he just ran away with it. But this mode here, which is the puzzle mode, is by far my favorite. It actually makes you want to think about where you're placing your pieces and what's going on. And this particular actual gameplay footage, I had a pillar with pieces sticking out and little jagged edges where I could shove another piece in if I wanted to, which is basically what it's telling you to do anyways. So this one I found far more interesting because of that, because it allows you to think about what you want to do with the pieces, or what you can do. So it's a little more heavy thinking than just throw down the blocks and get them in the right positions. It's headier. But for this, you're trying to actually keep all your stuff within the confined space of your building area and that yellow line that's coming across. So for this, it's all about condensing everything into that tiny little area for yourself. And also, I guess it also incentivizes not to just waste a piece by trying to toss it off to the edge or throw it away, because your pillar will rise every time you fail. Something bad happens and pushes all your stuff up towards the top, and if it actually hits the yellow line like that other guy's did, your turn and game is over, and more or less you're waiting on the other person to finish up, which he could not, as he rage quit. But that's how all that is. That's actually the more or less the entirety of Tricky Towers. This is how all the multiplayer games will end up being, more or less. The puzzles are a little bit more interesting, I've found, than the races, but then again, that is what it is. Here's a little bit of footage, actually, some very sped up footage from the single player itself and how that went. I sped it up because, again, it's just going to be very boring watching just tons of blocks falling to the bottom. So I put this in here to show you at least the first couple levels, how it is, what you're doing. Again, if you're looking to practice before you go online or trying to do something like that, this is what it's gonna be. This is what you're gonna go to. And yeah, that's Tricky Towers in a nutshell. It's a lot of Tetris. Just a lot more Tetris with wizards and large blocks. Yeah.